All right, what's going on, guys? Aaron here, back from the Up Level podcast, back here with Mr. Jaron.
What's up?
Darren. We have a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of updates. We uploaded about I think a week ago from the last podcast, and a lot of updates. Obviously, we'll talk about a lot of the fitness stuff. We have hit a pretty decent stride with social media, so with Instagram and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to talk about that, and then also internally, what we're trying to figure out is how we transition. For those of you that don't know, we also have, this is the podcast, but it's all Up Level Athletics, which is our clothing brand, which, I have the hat here, and then obviously we got the shirts over there. We got to figure out how we transition into actually selling the stuff other than like making the content. So we're going to talk about all that stuff. But before, what's up, guys? How's the weekend?
Good. We just got back from Nashville for my 21st birthday. We went from Friday through Monday. Super good. Little issues with when it came to, working out and eating right and not drinking. But
I think that's kind of comes with Nashville. You don't go to Nashville and like just keep on everything.
We were going to try, but we didn't have a car. So obviously we had to Uber everywhere. So we were going to have to Uber to the gym and then like pay for a gym membership or like a day pass and then Uber back. So we're like, we're going to be spending a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
So
there was no running. There was much drinking. And I got a pump. Like I did some push-ups every day, like 3 days. 3 days.
Got a couple
But yeah, and it was rough. It sucked to not be consistent and go to the gym. And now we got back yesterday. Today, like we just feel gross and
still
like,
trying.
it's hard to get back and go to the gym and wind it right and do all that. So
yeah, I think like it kind of comes with the nature of it. Like you know, whether it's like having a trip like that or, everyone's going to have a little bit of like binge, for the lack of a better word, right? It's like you go hard for like a really long time and it's almost like a celebration. And like you only turn 21 one time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I wouldn't be like that hard on yourself. Like if you have to take a couple days off of it, and like I think just as long as it doesn't turn into like, oh, like next weekend is the same thing, and then like it's hard to get back in. So it's like, so I think you've like experienced it.
I'm like, no, I'm down bad right now.
I'd rather feel how I feel when I'm going to the gym every day, eating right. And I think this is the last, big date that we'll have before we have to like do anything.
Yeah,
in terms of drinking or I don't see anything else in the next 6 months. I'll have to stop.
like prior to going, I was feeling so good. I wasn't even feeling human anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I was feeling too good.
Yeah, you
had to humble yourself.
Yeah, but now I don't.
And then unfortunately too, not only like the gym, but we also, I think out of those 4 days, I think the first day we posted twice, so not 3.
Mm-hmm. But we fell off too because we were just like busy. So we were like,
then just only one day, I think, for the other 2 days, and then yesterday we got back to 3 yesterday. But it took a little bit of the dive on the Instagram because I think
it did.
The most
we weren't consistent with
video after didn't perform how the other ones have been performing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, it was also kind of my fault because I was here, but like I was also like on the weekends kind of just getting stuff done. So I think
I didn't think about it though, but I don't know how much the time change, like the time we post actually matters, but we do consistently post at the same times and get consistent results. And I forgot about the hour time difference, so I was just posting like.
Yeah, I really don't think that the hour like makes a difference
because there's 3 hours both ways. But if it's people seeing it from the West Coast, if we think we're posting at 9 and there's
that's true. I guess there's a distinct with that one.
It all averages out. I feel.
But and I think I think it's more of like a consistency thing, like the habit of posting at a certain time, as opposed to like posting at that certain time is actually giving result. Because you feel like, oh, like I post every day at this time, and then you get like the positive reinforcement of like, oh, we're getting likes, getting comments or whatever.
That's true.
So any interesting stories you guys want to share from?
I guess the quick gist is the first night we drank too fast and too hard, and because we hadn't been drinking forever. Like I used to be able to throw back maybe 10, 15 beers, be fine. But like pregame, I think pregame I had 4, and we left after 4, and the whole night was a blur after that.
Well, it didn't help that we were drinking like 9% IPAs, but
did you guys eat any food or anything?
So we did. Well, did you eat a lot of good food? There was a lot of good food.
Yeah, Nashville's known for.
Dude, it was like everything was so good. We
I think that second. Where'd you go the second night?
We went to the steakhouse.
Yeah, that place is good.
I think we had a brunch and dinner planned for every day, so that was good. It was a good trip overall. And the second day too, everyone was a perfect amount of drunk where we all remembered everything.
Dude, whose bar did we go to? Kid Rock's bar was a blast. If I knew these people's names, I would shout them out. These two brothers.
The Mantins?
The Manses brothers, something like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely killed it. Like, Voices of Angels.
Oh, like a band.
There was the band that was playing there. They're playing there all night. They were killing it, dude. The voices like mixture of like Ed Sheeran versus Luke Combs, but both one of them high, one of them was low. They're crazy.
Jason Aldean was nice. Where did we go? Kid Rock, Jason Aldean. We hit all the main places.
Was it like? It was kind of cold, right?
It was freezing. The first night was freezing.
Was it busy? Like, was there a lot of people?
Dude, so many people. Like,
Yeah.
It was like 20 degrees and everyone was just walking around in their skirts. Like,
Did you have? Yeah, that's boots. Did you have to wait like in like long lines outside?
no, I think Jason Aldean was the one place that we had to kind of wait in the line. We did walk into one bar and they were just playing rock music. We were like, what are we doing? We're gonna
You hit like the one.
we were like,
playing country.
yeah, we were like, what the heck?
Yeah, I was gonna tell you guys. There's it's not a hack, but I think we were there for like an event. It was like a company event, and that was like in the more like in the summertime. So like it was like just insane in like the main area. So one of the guys that I was with, he like lived there, so he just like knew like all like the bouncers that were the places. So he just like was walking around with like a wad of like hundreds, and there was like lines like 100 people. He just walk up to the front and be like, hey, and just like give him 100.
Yeah.
Walk in.
No, yeah, probably. I'm sure it's much more packed this summer, but it was still pretty packed. The streets are full pretty much like, every night we were there, the streets are just full of people just walking. So, and then we were asking one of the Uber drivers and he was like, yeah, it never really slows down that much. It's always like consistently, like even like dead of winter, it's like.
Yeah, because you always have like bachelor parties, bachelorette parties, like people just like traveling through. So,
yeah, no. So it was a lot of fun though.
Yeah,
I suggest,
definitely had a good time.
yeah, if you're turning 21, go to Nashville.
Yeah.
In the winter, good trip.
If you're not near, we're on the East Coast. If you're not near Vegas, yeah,
I didn't really know it got that cold in Tennessee though, and they were like, no, it had been consistently like 20 degrees for like the past 2 weeks. We just got lucky because the last couple of days there was like 50, 60. So,
oh yeah, it got cold here too. It just like all our like pipes froze again, which is annoying. Yeah. But cool. So let's talk about the social media stuff. So outside of. So we haven't, so today, what's today? Today's Tuesday, the 7th that we're recording. So like, let's say 5 days ago, we were still, continuously posting about 3 times a day. But I guess just overall updates of what you guys are seeing.
Instagram, pretty consistent, like 1,500 and above views, I would think is kind of what we were hitting for that. And then TikTok, not as high, but still consistent with like the 800 to 900 views. Likes vary a little bit, but the like to view ratio has gone up some. Yeah, which I think is a solid sign. But
I guess for some of the numbers, I'm looking at the Instagram. I think it's around 8 to 9 days that we went in a row. So 8 times 3, if we're posting 3 times a day, 24 posts in a row where every single video got above 1,500 to 2,000 views and maybe 200 or 300 likes. But the likes are all random people, so it's getting out there. It seems like the algorithm has made a turn in our favor and is rewarding us for our consistency. It took us 100 posts, though. We're at 114 posts.
Really?
Which is just weird. That's what we were talking about. That we're like, dude, we posted so much.
That's crazy.
And that's why I think we're at the point now where all of our videos are doing some type of virality. Like, that's a good benchmark. Like, if you hit 100 posts consistently like that, like, it's going to work.
But I think that's also where a lot of people mess up is, I mean, I literally make this example every time, but if someone posts they'll post 3 times on TikTok and they're like, oh, this thing doesn't work, my thing didn't go viral. And then it's like, or they do 10 or 20, or even if we're using this example of 100.
90, exactly.
Yeah, like you have to, I mean, obviously we're not saying like you have to hit 100 posts for something to go viral, because you've seen some people's posts that will go crazy. But we had the one, 2 weeks in, we had the one on TikTok that kind of popped off, but
launched.
We also haven't had anything since then. I think we had that build us up to 1,500. Now we're at I think we just passed 1,600 or something like that. So yeah, it's definitely a ramp up.
Yeah, the followers come in slowly. Takes a long time to get followers. I guess organic followers that are actually. I was just talking to someone about this, and they were like, I can't remember who I was talking to, but they were like, well, you could always just to gain followers, you could just do that thing where you follow a bunch of accounts and just a numbers game. And I was like, but no, but that's but that's not the kind of people that exactly to follow or want to follow us.
I mean, I think I agree with that to an extent. I think some people do it in a way of just hitting straight volume, and they're just like, all right, we just gotta follow as many people as possible. That isn't I guess what's the word I'm looking for? Specific to what we're looking for. I think there's a lot of value in us going out and following like a ton of influencers, will say, that like are consistently posting content, because those would then be people that are like technically are like ideal client because they're like in the gym. You know what I mean? So and I started doing that on TikTok a little bit. I just like started following some people. So I don't know if you guys probably seen, like we're following like 15 people now.
Yeah.
Because I went to their profiles, like their stuff, and it's like in the hopes of them kind of like, it's like a creator to creator like relationship where it's like, oh, we post something and then they like, and then kind of creating that back and forth. And if we get like, let's say we do a 1,000 people, it's like we have consistently 1,000 people that are seeing our stuff, and then and vice versa. So it'll be interesting when we I think like some of the influencer stuff that we do in terms of like sending stuff out to people, and like you said, your friend or one of you about the jiu-jitsu guy.
He's killing it. He's like winning a bunch of tournaments, and he lives in Chicago. But
so what types of posts are you guys like doing? Because you guys are mostly the ones doing the
so right now I'm focusing mainly on the quotes. I think we kind of have we haven't even talked about it, but I'm focusing more on just a video of someone working out, standing there with like a motivational, harder kind of quote. And Jaren's been focusing on some of the trends, because the trends are important too on TikTok to hit the trends, because some of those will blow up. So he's been focusing on those where whatever, I don't even know what the trends have been, but
it's been kind of a variety of things. Some like informational workout advice kind of things, which always seem to do okay. But if I ever can't like really like find something that I think is good, I'll go to like a quote, something that gets me really motivated.
Well, Darren, you were using Chat GPT.
I didn't want to give away our information.
Well, I don't know. We're in the world of AI. I mean, we're in the world of AI. So like, just highlight. It doesn't have to be specifics, but like,
if you haven't heard about Chat GPT, what it is, it's an AI. It's been around for like years. Apparently, I was just listening to a podcast on it. But it's become very good at filling in words as a human. So what I've been doing is I'll hop on there, and like right now we're very focused around gym motivational quotes. So I'll do, write me a gym motivational quote, and it'll give me a big long paragraph, maybe like obviously too long for a TikTok video. So I'll say, okay, write it in a shorter format, and it's like 2 to 3 sentences. And it's not exactly real, but it's decent.
Good.
And then you can even be like, okay, like dumb it down, or like use better words if you want to sound like smarter.
Use better words.
And then
Be more intelligent.
once I have a good length, a good amount of words, and something like, you can even be like, write it about discipline. I've been using that a lot. You somehow integrate discipline into it, and it keeps refining and refining, and it sounds like a human. Like a lot of the quotes recently are all AI generated that I've done. And then at the very end, I'll be.
You know, we should try. I think what would work well is if you literally do everything the same, but add a prompt that says like, now make it controversial. Because that's what, like, and not controversial in like obviously like a negative way, but like something where because as soon as it started making like threats and like supering like not anything like negative, but just like something that makes people talk, So there's like certain quotes that people like are like really like on top of, and like some are like, yeah, that's stupid.
Oh wait, I just saw this one that was
it's gonna bring like, hold on, gender and
exactly.
I just saw this one in the comments.
Oh, and by the way, what are your thoughts on gender?
No, so this guy right here. Did you know if you're awake at midnight, you're missing out on 50% of gains? And the comments are just hilarious because like people are like,
no,
they're like, no, that's straight cap, and he's like, nope.
Well, that doesn't make sense at all. Just like, well, I mean, if you noticed on our on the treadmill one that blew up, it's like so that's the kind of controversy that I mean is it's not that, maybe that's not the right word. It's just like you have it's controversial in the way that you have split opinions that are so split that they will just like attack you. So like people are like, no, that's not true, and then they want to like input their own like knowledge to make themselves feel heard. So that's what I mean.
I can mess with it. I'm sure there's a way to word it to ask it to do that, but it can do it. And like, so at the end of all the quotes, what I'll do is I'll say,
like, now make people fight.
I'll say, now write it in the style of David Goggins, which is like, okay. I can even do
Anthony Vasella.
Yeah, exactly. And his it would sound exactly like him.
Yeah.
So
the guys, don't be a bitch. Everything he says. I was listening to this podcast on the way here, and he was like, "You guys think I'm mad all the time." Like the way he says it sounds so pissed.
Yeah. But like, yeah, if you're out of ideas or can't think of anything, and That's been all over. And I think it's the other good thing too is it's not plagiarizing. Like it's AI, so there's no way at any point if anyone will be like, oh, you can't use my quote in your video. Like,
and like you're able to use, like, you're able to use stuff that's still gonna work, but it's not just directly like ripping off of like something on Pinterest. What we have been doing up to this point, I mean, to be honest, and we've talked about it before, is like we'll look and see what other people are posting that's been doing well, and then we'll just like take that idea and then just like restructure.
Well, I think it's just like whatever's trending right now is what we'll do. And I don't know how many times I've seen the one that's like, well, I've seen the treadmill one a couple times, and for some reason it always seems to blow up bigger than ours. And then there's the other one. It's like if you work out for like, if you start now in like 2 months, you'll see that kind of thing.
So, what were you gonna say?
It's good. Oh, and the last thing about it. So once you get it down to like a really good quote you like, I'll do at the end too, is you can be like, okay, write me 20 more
like
exactly like this. And like then that's literally 6 days of posting for you. If you're having like trouble trying to find content ideas.
So what you're saying is that we kicked Darren out and replaced him with
AI. We don't need him anymore.
But
well, he is the most good looking out of all.
Try it out.
What was I gonna say? Oh, I was just thinking, like, as you were saying that, I was thinking like, it's not plagiarism. So how is that like going with school now?
So that's
like
the big
kids like
high school essays.
Literally, they just like go like, write me a 500 word essay about this topic in this form, and it's like it's not going to be played. Like they can't.
It's all like original. I feel like even you could change one little wording in like the prompt, and it would make it like much different.
Exactly.
It's best at filler words. So because it's an AI and it doesn't have like the emotional side of stuff. It's best at filling stuff in, which I was listening
crazy
to
things.
Lex Freeman, he was like the best thing for that is essays, because all it is filler words. If you have a topic and a style of writing you want and how many paragraphs, you can do it down to the word count. And you can say, write me 1,010 word essay on something. Bring it exactly up. It's crazy. So like, there's a lot of things you can do with it. I'm sure there's a lot more with social media you can do, and I'm still trying to think of stuff, and I'm sure we'll test stuff out. But
you just ask her to make the videos. It's like it's a female.
There's so much other AI that like maybe not. I think what we're doing now, I mean, hey, there's probably something out there, but like there's tools out there where you can be like, hey, like edit this video in the style of this, and then it just like takes a little bit. There's ones, I don't know if you guys have seen, maybe I can't pull it up fast enough to like play it on here, but there's this TikTok where this guy, he said like, write me a song about this specific topic, whatever. And then he went to this other like music making website and was like, use this song and make it in like this style, and it just like came out perfect. And it took like
TikTok,
but it's like it just completely takes away.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Did you guys ever see the
nativeness?
Did you ever see that podcast with well, I'm sure you did, but it's the one with Elon Musk that he goes on Joe Rogan, and he was like warning everyone about AI.
I think I saw it. I think they were talking about a lot of different things you can do with it, but right now, with whoever just said about the video, like they can do the video, which is the crazy part, because now a lot of it is becoming like indistinguishable from like real pictures and stuff.
I saw something that it was like,
and you can just keep refining it. You can refine, and it learns from itself, so it's only gonna get better.
Yeah, it learns from itself and like everyone else's like ideas. So
Age of Ultron. You ever see that?
We're gonna test with it.
Yeah.
Marvel.
Or like what's the other one? iRobot, or any of these.
Oh yeah, that was like in the 90s though. Like that was like the first initial like. That was the house.
Crazy.
Whatever that is.
Yeah, I'm scared of it.
I'm scared. Okay, so I think the last thing that we were gonna touch on was just the like how we can talk about just like the sample stuff. So we just ordered new samples, and I don't know, maybe we'll get them in the next like
Chinese New Year's over, so they're back.
It was like we had to wait for like they were out of work for like half a month, but so now what we're gonna do is actually the I think is yours the.
I have
so that's like the older one.
One of the issues with we
have like 5 different versions at this point.
Yeah.
You're a little too high.
You have to come over there.
I don't have the camera set up over there, but that's fine right there.
So the first, I can see it's not gonna be able to hear me.
Yeah. You explain. No, you're good. So the one that Darren's wearing, the things that we saw is so that the side hand like kind of pulled down. Yeah, so that like scoop, they didn't want that much of a scoop. So we're
Wasn't that dramatic once I shrunk it? Like it was.
once you shrunk it. So that's apparently a 10 millimeter scoop. I told them to switch it to a 2 centimeter scoop. So it's basically gonna be like, so these built ones, they have like a really like small one.
Subtle.
Yeah, subtle scoop. So that's the first thing. And then with you're about to sleep. And then the logo, so we're gonna change the logo is gonna be more like kind of like that one, like that color, like a little bit of like a dark, yeah, lighter, and then smaller. So it's gonna be about half the size. And then I didn't tell you guys this, but on the back, right on the collar, is gonna be long. Yeah, it'll say up level athletics, really small.
Okay. I like the up level athletics sounds better than
Yeah.
up level means
The shorts on too, but we're changing the shorts a little bit.
Oh, let's see. Oh yeah. So yeah, the logos are gonna be smaller, and it's gonna be the dark, like it's gonna be the same like kind of gray color. And I actually ordered because they don't usually like it when you order. I don't know why it's weird. Like they don't. If I would order like 2 large like black shirts, they're like, no, that'd be like they don't want you to order multiple or whatever. So I got a black one, like samples. I want to make it like simple to like get them out fast.
They charge us so much money for samples.
Yeah, it's like $100 per shirt. By the way, if you want samples, $100 per shirt from China.
Yeah.
So I got a red one. So it's just to test like a red color. Because we have that one. I didn't like. They have a ton of colors, but I didn't know which one that I wanted.
Yeah.
So we'll test that out, and then we'll get those hopefully in the next like 15 days.
I think
or
that's
so.
if you are starting like brand, it's kind of a big expense doing samples because if it's just something you're putting out, I want it to be perfect. I want it to be someone that people like want to wear and like you're gonna be. I don't know how much you're charging, but it's gonna be like, you're spending $30-$40 on something. So I want it to be perfect. So like we've done this is our 3rd sample, and like you said, each shirt
This will be our second.
each shirt is $100.
Well, I mean, so if we really look at, so I got the ones from Customing just as like those. So that was like the first initial investment, which was like $200 for 3 of them. And then I ordered those ones like the full like not polyester. What were they? The other version that I got, but that was just more for me, just so I can see like the material. So I got those, and then we got this, and then we're getting another one. And one thing that I noticed in the because the Apparel Success guy, he has a Facebook group, and I think the way that we're doing it and just like really taking the time and like getting it really high quality, I think is good. Because what I'm noticing, and not saying like every single person that's wanting to make a clothing brand is in that group, but a lot of people are like trying to go just like the cheapest route, and they're just like, oh, like I don't want to do China because it takes too long and it's too much work. And it's like, well, that's what sets apart like people that are, not saying that they're not going to see success, but
Yeah.
More of like the more time that you put into it, like the higher quality. And I feel like, I mean, these are high quality in the sense of like I would, being maybe a little biased, but like I would wear these at the gym because they like feel good.
I think it's a good route, but I mean, yeah, we're upwards of what, maybe $800-$900 total. So if you're doing it alone, that's $800-$900 that you have to spend before even selling or making any profit. So I mean, it's a little bit of investment, and you could go the custom ink route where you're only paying by the order, but then you get a less quality.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not as good.
There's 2 ways of going it.
Yeah. I made it, I haven't put it out there yet, but it was like a reel or TikTok or whatever, talking kind of about that, of like how brand is so much more important. I think we're definitely taking more like the middle route of like, we're still getting high quality stuff, but we're like building the brand at the same time. I think if there's people that like, say someone's on YouTube and they have 500,000 subscribers, like they can literally make something like that and it's going to sell because they're buying into selling as opposed to like the actual thing. So I think we're taking the right route of like, we're playing in the middle of, okay, we're getting high quality stuff and we're building the brand. So it makes it a no brainer for them to like meet in the middle and buy the stuff. So I think that's a good transition, kind of in the last part of, we're talking before of like, how are we going to transition from like, we're getting likes and stuff, which is great, but how does that like transition into sales? And, I think the first route that I've been thinking of is, obviously we created the series on YouTube. So like building the brand there, also making like other series around, just kind of like, the one that I made is like the things you need to know before starting a clothing brand. I think that will like bring people in that are interested in that. And then also like make them want to support it, I guess, is like my thought process.
Yeah.
But I think and maybe I'm just oversimplifying it, but in my head, the easiest way to start making sales is just going to be to just like start like promoting it. If you look at like the apparel success guy, like all of his posts is literally him selling his shit. But like he does it in a way where like he follows a trend and like uses a trending sound, so like it gets out there. The main thing I think we just have to set in terms of expectations though is that those types of posts are probably just not going to perform as well. Because it's not like there's no like really like shareability behind it. I think just that's the biggest thing is just setting expectations that it's not going to do as well, so we're not like let down when like they don't. But I think with those like let's say it's only 15 people that see that or that engage with that post, that's really easily 1 or 2 people that could potentially go to the website. And then the other thing is giveaways. So I mean, you guys have probably seen like if companies are doing giveaways, they will like say share this post or whatever, or share this story, put this on your story, and then this will like put you into to actually win. One other thing that I thought is at the end of the day, and this is like a really big thing that I messed up with when I was doing a lot of the Snapchat stuff back in the day, is I was like naive to the fact that like, oh yeah, this audience, like I'll have it forever. And then it just like died after Snapchat made like one update. But one of the things that like a ton of like marketing people would tell me when I would like talk to them, because I was helping a lot of people with like their Snapchat and how to use it or whatever. And one thing that all these marketers always told me that I never listened to was like, they're like, you need to make an email list, like email list, like you will live by that. So I've never like strayed away from that again, because like I saw kind of the repercussions. So I think as long as we just build up like an email list and like always have people going to the website, always have people sign up, that's going to be the name of the game, because you'll always have a percentage of people that sign up for an email list, they're going to buy. So one thing that I was thinking of, if we send out like with each of the orders, we send out like a little like postcard, or like not a postcard, like a little business card or something that has like a QR code, and they can scan that, and then anyone that buys something automatically puts them in like a monthly giveaway. So after like a year, let's say however many sales we make, it's that amount of people that are in that like that giveaway pool, and then they can then share it to other people. So it's just like it makes like a compound effect of a ton of so I don't know if any of that makes sense.
And then we take over
ranted for a while. I just literally ranted.
No, I see it. No,
10 minutes.
I see it 100%. And I remember I was already brainstorming as you were saying that like different ways we could potentially have those viral type of videos, but include some type of sale. Whether it's like maybe if our videos are 6 seconds right now, maybe it's like throwing in 3 seconds to the end and seeing if that will still perform, but then have 3 seconds of like, oh, join this giveaway. And see if like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
It's all testing. And if we post 2 times a day, no one's gonna get pissed off if we have a 4 second.
We got this company now. That's Brown Boys. Get out of here.
We can just integrate it. Like it could still be a workout video of us in the shirt, or it could be specifically us like in a shirt flexing, like with like the new clothes on and stuff, and then just be like giveaway, like literally as the caption.
Yeah. Or just like as it could literally just be what we're doing, and just have a call to action at the end that says like, check out our website for like this
like black screen for 3 seconds with some words.
Yeah.
Like, and it shouldn't, I see it messing up the algorithm a little bit, because then our watch time percentage will go down as it gets to that black screen. I imagine people will swipe through and we won't get as many replays. But again, like testing. We're so allowed to just test all this shit.
One other thing that I think we can just like test, have you guys seen those posts where, and it's so silly, and I feel like it would just like, if we just had one of these blow up, it would be so good. But it's literally just like person doing something, and or like they're working at their job, whatever, and the text is like, realizing that if everyone sends in $1 on Cash App, we'll have, we'll be able to, the one that I saw was like recently was like, we'll be able to do like afford our dream wedding. And it had like 400,000 likes. And I'm like, if each of those likes equates even like 50 cents, like that's $200,000.
I think we're late on it. I was thinking about it too, but I think we're late on it because it's been around for a week. We can still try it.
No, it's been around for, I've seen that for like every year, like a year plus. Of just like, I think just recently, like people are seeing like, oh shit, this is like a really easy.
We should do actually, let's start.
So I think I'm gonna do like weekly. If we did something like realize
every post,
once a day. We post enough for it to not really like even, but like it's like we can come up with different scripts of like realizing that I don't know, we have to write it out.
Well, that's already okay. This is the other thing.
Realizing that if everyone Venmos us $1, we can create our dream and open our gym and grow our business.
Well, that could be one. I'm thinking like that's like the money aspect. I'm trying to take it more to like buying something, like I guess that's obviously a little bit more of like a not investment. It's more of like an ask from them. It's like, okay, you can Venmo $1 as opposed to 30. So I think like that would work well in terms of that. But
just a follow.
Yeah, it's like realizing that like a simple like could get this in front of more people and make our dream as brothers, something like that.
Well, that's the other thing. I mean, back to the chat, the AI. Like you can put in something like what you said, like write me a
heartfelt story, tear jerking story about three brothers wanting to start.
Well, you can write me
like something specific.
Write me a copy that's related, and then write out what people have been using, and then be like,
oh yeah,
relate it to selling a clothing fitness product, and like it'll write.
Oh, so we should do that. I've obviously been doing this.
What I've been doing is I'll go to our old posts that have worked, and I'll get I'll get the motivational quote, retype it back in the thing, and I'll just be like, rewrite this, and get another post.
Yeah.
So say one more thing. Oh, I think it's going to be a big break when we do have actual products to send influencers to see if they'll wear it, because that'll get us a bunch of.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, the only thing I see with that is like, how often do you see an influencer just wearing a shirt in their video and they're like, oh, what is that shirt? Let me go follow. I don't think it's bad, but it would have to be. I feel like the good videos are the ones where it would be like, okay, can you promote this shirt and like talk about it?
Yeah.
I just don't know how it's going to perform, but
yeah, I think the easiest way, because I've been kind of looking at, that's pretty much what I do for our other businesses. All I do is deal with influencers, TikTok, like Instagram. We're paying them like we're not paying each influencer a lot. We're paying each like, per post, like $100, $200, but it is a direct like link back to us. So I think if we were to do it, you kind of go one of two ways. Is you send something for free in hopes of, like, if you send something for free, you can't really expect them to promote you.
That's true.
Right? So it's like they either see this, they get in their hands, they see it as high quality enough for them to like want to share it themselves, or I think the biggest thing that we can use back to the apparel success guy. What is his name? Rob, right? Rob from. I keep calling him the apparel success guy. Yeah, Rob, if you're seeing this, I'm sorry. I think it's Rob's name. And but he talks a lot about like a huge part of the growth of a lot of brands is social proof and seeing like other people wear the stuff as opposed to like just us. So that's, I think, what it works well is like, hey, I want to send you a shirt, and then like all we ask is just a picture. You don't have to post it. You don't have to do any of that. Just like, and then like give us your honest feedback, something like that.
Yeah.
And then we could also do the other one where it's like, okay, we pay them $100 or whatever to post something with the like knowing that like it might not actually perform that crazy. So kind of just high level stuff.
Yeah, it's coming. This is what, a month out or so. Third sampling.
Yes, we'll see. I mean, it's what's today? It's
doing surprises though.
Well, it's not necessarily the samples. It's more of, I don't know, like actual production time of creating 100 units is. So because after we get the samples, we're gonna have to like approve it, and then from there, we then go back to them and like, okay, full production. What do we need? And then like that, they said it takes like 30 days at the minimum. I think they said 30 for express, 45 for like. I've just been doing express, so they like send it on a plane as opposed to on a boat. Which is not like, I think like the shipping for just for the samples is like $20. I don't know what it is for like boxes. So we shall see. Any before we hop off, any last words?
That's it.
It's coming along.
Back to disciplined working out every day.
Starting tomorrow.
Well, we're gonna hit the gym still today, but nice.
I'll bust out some videos a day at work and continue plunging along.
Plunging?
3 videos every day.
What is this thing?
That's a dog clicker. I'll explain after. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of the Up Level podcast. We're probably going to change the name soon, but you guys will see once it happens. Follow us everywhere. Everything will be down in the description. You can get updates for when we're launching on our website, which will be down in the description, on YouTube, and the show notes over on the podcast app. Follow us on all socials. If you just search Up Level Athletics, will pop up. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Talk soon.
Peace.